Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. It is time for the greatest YouTube WMMA series of all time. It is Watcher Time. This episode will be finishing up 2006 and beginning 2007, so let's jump right into it without further ado. And as we simulate the first week here, I'm going to go ahead and throw up on screen the rankings compiled by our very own E. Fanga with a new number 1 this week. After Eric Fanga's disappointing defeat, I should say, in Pancrase on his way out, but he is a Pride man now. Maybe he's a prideful man now. Guess we'll just have to find out. And I don't know if he'll fight, but we will be covering again September, October, November, December of 2006. We will end the stream or the video on January 1st, 2007. So I am happy to be here. I am always delighted to be with you guys. You're the best fans, and I appreciate you so much. If you are watching this video, have not created a fighter, go ahead and drop a comment down. I will send you the form, and you can get a fighter in. We will start you out right at the beginning of 2007. It's going to be great. All right, first and only bit of news in our first week here. Alex O'Reilly has extended his contract with Cage Rage, so he's still signed to both Cage Rage and Cage Warriors. 5-0, undefeated in both. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in California for Strikeforce Davila versus Sriapi. I think the second Strikeforce card ever. Who cares? We are not here for any of them. We're not here for Davila. We're not here for Sriapi. We're here for Earl Mo and Brad Eames, and Ron Francis Jr. versus Antoine Jaude. So another 2-fight card for us. Let's start with Ron Francis Jr., just his second pro fight, taking on the 7-2 Antoine Jaude. Again, if I pronounce his name, I apologize. Please correct me. Both men making their Strikeforce debut. Ron Francis Jr. 1-0 with a 2-minute 14-second submission. Francis, the heavy favorite here, and the heavy man, 40 pounds up on Antoine, who's got 2 inches on the young Ron Francis Jr. Again, Ron Francis had to wait a long time to make his debut, make a long time getting his fight. Francis Jr. starts with the clinch, wrestles Jaude to the ground, straight into side control, into the Kimura. Jaude defending the Kimura, though, not going to be that easy for Ron Francis Jr. Ron Francis, though, still in side control, throwing some quick punches, trying for mount here, gets into mount. Maybe a few ground and pound, few big strikes. Jaude turns away from the strikes. Ron Francis Jr. gets the backs. Rear naked choke. Jaude taps. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes and 3 seconds into his Strikeforce debut, Ron Francis Jr. taps out Antoine Jaude. Again, 4 minutes, 3 seconds, rear naked choke. So great. Gets to the clinch, takedown, side control, couple of punches, gets into mount, throws some punches to soften him up. Jaude turns away from it. Francis gets the hooks locked in, flattens him, chokes him, done for. Excellent fight from Ron Francis Jr. Nearly flawless, really. And he'll probably be fighting again here before too long. But we're not done here tonight. Big, sexy Earl Mo versus the hillbilly heartthrob Brad Eames. That's right, folks. It is a country bumpkin battle here tonight. Which is a stronger country town? Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky, or Bettendorf, Iowa? Well, if I was a Bettendorf man, I would tell you Monkey's Eyebrow is the place to be if you want to be a fighter. Big, sexy Earl Mo, minus 590. Favorite here tonight. The two 265-pound men touch gloves. Brad Eames is 6'7". That's crazy. And he gets cut immediately. 2 guys stooling in the pocket here today. Big, sexy Earl Mo's wrestling versus Brad Eames' jiu-jitsu. Neither one has gone to the ground yet as Mo steps into the pocket. Big left jab, no right hand there. Again, Mo still really the man with the initiative here today. He's constantly pressuring Eames. Eames hits a little counter left. Mo feints, leaves him off balance. Again, Eames, stop checking the clock. Ringside doctor says it's okay. We're back into that. Cut on Brad Eames. It's going to be fine. 2 guys just boxing a little bit here. Tough to say. Mo with a big feint. 2 left jabs at a straight right. 1 minute left in the round. Earl Mo has definitely gotten the better of the striking exchanges here. Right hook from Mo. 2 guys engaging in the center. Eames with the left hook. Mo with a big brace of jabs at a right hand. That's it for the round 1. Let's check the tab. Okay, no, never mind. I guess I can't check the stats. Back underway for round 2. Mo pressuring Eames again. Again, Mo has been the man on the front foot here. Big right hook again. Eames the counter left. I don't know if that's his plan or what. You'd think these 2 guys would want to go to the ground. We're in America. There's no weird rules here. But nothing left. Another straight right from Mo. Mo's hitting a lot of his jabs, punches here. again, Mo's feints. Imes is falling for everything that Mo does, which is never a place you want to be in a fight, is where you're trying to trap everything they do. If you can't read their feints, you're in for a long night. Mo hitting his hooks, his gash is reopened on the face of Imes there. Imes getting a little tired, no word of that yet from Mo. Under a minute left in the second round. Mo, again, just big boxing thing, not a lot of kicking, anything like that, no knees. Mo with a left cross, both fighters moving in to engage. Mo with a big quick left hook again. And we're going to end round 2 with no more punches from Mo. So, definitely Mo up 2 rounds to 0 on mine. Imes cut being treated quick, and here we go, round 3. Imes again just falling for this, and Earl Mo absolutely taking advantage of him. He's getting tired. You know, both men undefeated so far. I forgot to mention, somebody's O has got to go, and it's not going to be Mo. Mo muscles him up against the cage, controls, dirty boxing. Takedown here, the first takedown attempt of the whole fight, and Mo gets it. Imes trying for the sweep there, nothing doing. Earl Mo finally using this wrestling to just absolutely clinch this third round for him. Imes trying to scramble for position, and Mo is into side control. Can we see a submission, late submission here? Mo is not going to risk it. He's just going to try to poke. Oh, and he's got the back. Again, terrible end of the fight for Brad Imes, and I'm going to expect a clean 30-27 across the board for big, sexy Earl Mo. And there you have it, folks. Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky comes up on top in the battle against Bettendorf, Iowa. The biggest hillbilly in town, and this is the biggest man in town. And big, sexy Earl Mo moves to 4-0. Brad Imes drops to 6-1. And Strikeforce heavyweight division is looking big, and it's looking sexy. And folks, Earl Mo has come to the end of his Strikeforce contract. After 2 fights and 2 unanimous decisions without losing a single round. Earl Mo could be a free agent here soon. His contract, 1 fight left, 9 months on that deal. Earl Mo could be looking to move to something bigger. We shall see. Here's a big fight for you. Bruno Guimas versus Big Ben Rothwell in King of the Cage. That's crazy. Ben Rothwell coming off a big loss to Roy Nelson for the same promotion's heavyweight title. So Roy Nelson, King of the Cage heavyweight champion. But the loser of that fight, Big Ben Rothwell, will be taking on the Save's very own Bruno Guimas, 3-0 prospect out of Portugal, 3-0, 3 finishes, one against Seth Petruzzelli on the undercard of that same card. So that'll be a very good fight, and that will be in October. So we will see that on this very episode. Very excited for that. All right, it is October, the first day of October here. Earl Mo has extended his contract with Strikeforce, so we will see more fights out of him, up to 4 more, in fact. So that'll be exciting. Definitely going to make for a name for himself on the American Indies there. Let's do a quick run through of the various heavyweight titles in the companies that you guys work for. So starting with Cage Rage heavyweight champion Ian Freeman, who lost to Rob Broughton in Cage Warriors. He won the Cage Rage title and then has done nothing since. But again, all those are in Cage Warriors, so he's still technically the Cage Rage champion. Don't ask me how. Speaking of Cage Warriors champion, their champion is Czech Congo, who lost to George Joe in Cage Rage. So Cage Warriors and Cage Warriors heavyweight champions on losing records in the opposite companies, because that makes sense. We do have a King of the Cage. Bruno Guimas is King of the Cage, and as we just talked about, Roy Nelson is the champion there, beating Ben Rothwell with a unanimous decision. No defenses yet, of course. Pancrase, we only have Bobby Braxton left there. Everyone else has moved on, but the heavyweight champion is Ron Waterman, who beat Bobby Hoffman and Soa Palele for... no, it didn't beat Bobby Hoffman, but that was in King of the Cage, so who cares? He beat Soa Palele to take that Pancrase heavyweight championship, or to retain it most recently. 2 defenses so far. Again, only Bobby Braxton left, and he is not exactly in title challenging form. In Pride, where our very own Eric Funga features, will be facing Tank Abbott on this very episode. The Pride heavyweight champion is who else vacant? What happened there? Oh, Fedor failed the drug test, that's right, and got stripped of the title, so nobody is the champion, and as far as I can tell, there is not a heavyweight title fight booked So, very interesting. A lot of killers on that roster, so we'll see who gets booked for it. In Strikeforce, the heavyweight champion is Devin Cole. Beat Brandon Lee Hinkle to win the inaugural version of that title. Has yet to defend, but is ready to be booked any day now, and he's 7-0. What a guy. I've never heard of him before, but I'm sure he's great. Alright, so Devin Cole, Strikeforce heavyweight champion, yet to defend the same. UFC heavyweight champion Frank Mir, who beat Tim Sylvia to win the belt, Paul Buentello to defend it, and Jeff Monson to defend it again. So Frank Mir now 2 title defenses, 10-1. So there you go. There's a quick look at the heavyweight titles of the world, various heavyweight titles of the world, and the goals really of each and every one of our watcher fighters, because everybody wants gold, because gold means glory, gold means money, gold means women, whatever your goal is, that belt around your waist will help you get there. So as our fighters keep fighting and progressing towards that, we will keep an eye on what's going on there. We probably won't be checking out the careers of the various legends unless it happens to come up. Like, no one would call Big Ben Rothwell a legend, but like Fedor is definitely a legend, and he was Pride champion. So it's curious to see, he vacated the belt. Bummer. Let's go check out and see why that happened, etc., etc. So that's kind of what we'll be doing. We will be checking in on the titles every once in a while, just in case. Billy Willie will be facing John Murphy at the next Strikeforce show. Kind of forgot about Billy Willie. He's fought twice now, both against local guys, and that was last in January of this year, so that was quite a while ago. But Billy Willie will be facing a real man, John Murphy, 3-0 record. So again, prospects tearing each other's undefeated records up on the undercard of the Strikeforce fight. So should be a fun one. Billy Willie will be fighting under George Bush on the undercard. So the very first fight of the night, but excited to see that one. But Billy Willie, again, you can't get anywhere unless you start somewhere. So Billy Willie has been booked, and we will get to that fight when we get to it. Folks, it is Pride time. Eric Fonga and Tank Abbott on the undercard of a show headlined by Mirko Filipovic versus Tsuyoshi TK Kosaka. I feel like we had a guy fight Kosaka. We did. Eric Fonga lost to Kosaka, but then Kosaka beat Katsuhisa Fuji and Mark Hunt back-to-back to earn a fight with Krokop. So Krokop, again, number 5 heavyweight in the world. TK Kosaka, number 12 heavyweight in the world. But he lost to Tim Sylvia versus Verdum on the undercard. That's crazy. But he lost to Eric Fonga back in the day. So honestly, Fonga should be concerned? I don't know. Anyway, Fonga should not be concerned because he's facing Tank Abbott. So as long as he can just out-cardio him for like a minute and a half, he should be set. Abbott is 41 at this point in time with a 9-11 record, coming off a win over the bad Emelianenko, both in terms of morals and in terms of fighting ability. But 9-11, Tank Abbott versus Eric Black Power Fonga, truly a legend fight of a different kind. Remember, folks, in Japanese rules, can't remember if it's Japanese rules or Pancrase rules, you cannot ground and pound. So right hooks from both men, Abbott talking trash to Black Power Fonga, that's just going to fire him up. I wouldn't recommend it. Fonga with a left hook, Abbott with a big right cross, Fonga's knocked down. Abbott's going to try to ground and pound. I guess you can ground and pound in Pride. And that is it. Oh my goodness. What a violent fight. Tank Abbott has beaten Eric Fonga, bringing Eric's record to 4-2, and now on a 2-fight losing streak here. There's no shame in losing to Tank Abbott with hands like his, but it's a tough loss for Eric Fonga as he's looking to assert himself in Pride here. Good fight, but that's tough for Eric. Tank Abbott moves to 10-11. Eric Fonga moves to 4-2. All right, folks. Moving on from that, we now have a King of the Cage main card opener: Bruno Guimas versus Big Ben Rothwell. Should be one heck of a fight. Guimas not ranked with King of the Cage. I don't know why. Rothwell, I guess also not ranked. I don't understand how rankings work. Rothwell coming off a title fight loss to Roy Nelson. Bruno Guimaz coming off a TKO of Seth Petrozelli in 30 seconds. I expect this one to not go very long. How did Rothwell lose that? By unanimous decision. So he did go the distance. This will be a 3-round fight. Bruno Guimaz, mild favorite. They're the same height. This is a big boy fight here. It's 2 6'5" men going toe to toe. Mixed martial arts for the kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. Both men throwing some strikes here at the beginning of the fight. Guimaz, big kick to the thigh. That's gotta hurt. Again, the heavier you are, the more weight you're supporting those legs. And if one gets out, you are done. Guimaz nearly hits a big head kick too. Guimaz definitely the more aggressive fighter so far. Not seeing a lot of volume from Rothwell here. Maybe looking for just that one killer fight that's going to end it. 39 seconds left in the round. Guimaz kick to the body. Rothwell with a big 1-2. Guimaz definitely landing those wearing down kicks. Just trying to tire Ben Rothwell off. When you're big, you have a lot of power, but when you're big, you tire easily. Leg kick by Guimaz again. Rothwell's getting tired here. We have more than half the fight left. So Guimaz definitely defending very well and landing shots all over. He's not afraid of Rothwell, and it shows really. He's landing strikes all over the place. He is landing big head kick from Guimaz. Rothwell looking not great here. Guimaz tries a big overhand right, misses though. Getting a little tired here, but Rothwell definitely not doing well. Counter jab, low kick. Guimaz again kicks. Oh, big leg kick. Oh my goodness. I was saying, folks, when you're supporting 265 pounds on two tree trunks of legs, and one of them gives out on you, it's over. Guimaz just kicks Ben Rothwell's leg right out from under him, and Rothwell drops like a sack of potatoes. The ref cannot let him fight like that, and it is all over. 3 minutes and 32 seconds into round 2. Bruno Guimaz, the one, takes out the one leg, Big Ben Rothwell. All right, folks, Bruno Guimaz is coming to the end of his King of the Cage contract. If I were him, I would negotiate there and see if I could take out a few more guys. He's only out for about a month with how little damage he took in that, but that should be a good one. Oh no. Here we go, folks. 5-0, Alex the Maverick O'Reilly. 4-0, George the Gentleman Joe. Head-to-head at Cage Rage 20 in the co-main event of the evening, in what absolutely could be a title eliminator here. Alex O'Reilly, a massive favorite, just kind of crazy, but co-main event of Cage Rage 20, heavyweight fight, 4th ranked Alex O'Reilly, 3rd ranked George the Gentleman Joe, undefeated prospects, and the first viewer versus viewer fight of the Watcher Season 3. Oh man, a Thanksgiving weekend treat for all of us for sure. Alright folks, but before we get to the Battle of the British Isles, we are in California again for another fantastic Strikeforce card, which is going to be opened by John Murphy, man of faith, versus Billy Willie, a man of thug jitsu. John Murphy, a huge underdog here. Billy Willie got 10 pounds and an inch on him, 10 years younger. 2-0 versus 3-0. Let's get straight to it. The Little Rock, Arkansas native, minus 640 favorite. Beginning a big exchange of strikes here as we go. Big 2 jabs and a straight right. Again, Murphy's going to box him back and forth, but Willie, again, with that thug jitsu style. Murphy grabs the cage, not allowed to do that. Billy Willie trying for the takedown there, gets him that time. Can't grab a cage. Murphy's seated against the cage. Willie trying to get on there. Murphy gets mounted from the back. Willie is trying to take him. Willie gets the back there. Can't get his hooks quite in yet, but he's still on the back there, trying for that rear naked choke. Again, without the hooks, can't get that arm under the chin. Willie's just going to wear him down and try to choke him out for the rest of the round. Why not? And there it is, round 1 done. Definitely a Billy Willie round right there. Thug Jitsu style absolutely working well here. Willie with a big jab and a right hand. Another exchange of strikes. You gotta be just waiting for Billy to try to hit that takedown. 2 guys dueling back and forth. 2 young men, really, 29 and 19. Very, very young for Billy Willie. Boxing back and forth. Willie not having quite as much success striking on this one. Willie with a big right hand, though, just as I say that. The second round, definitely a lot more mixed than the first, and a big right hook from Murphy, or a big right hook to Murphy, and he is knocked out. Just as I say that Billy Willie's striking is not quite as good, Thug Jitsu proves me wrong once again. Billy Willie moves to 3-0. The Little Rock, Arkansas native makes a successful Strikeforce debut. Congratulations to Billy Willie, who's now 3-0, and my condolences to John, Man of Faith Murphy, who is 3-1. Should have had a little more faith in yourself. A little bit of news here. Bruno Guimaz has signed an extension with King of the Cage, as I recommended, and Jack Duplessis is fighting Alexei Oleinik. Oh my. Alexei on a 3-fight win streak, 1 in M1 and 2 in K1 Heroes. I forgot that Jack moved to K1 Heroes. Just Pancrase contract expired. Jack is 4-0, 2-0 in Pancrase, and he will be making his K1. He'll carry 1 hero, Forces of Natures 2, Fry versus Overeem. What a weird fight, Fry versus Overeem. Anyway, that will be his K1 Heroes debut in Japan. So Jack Duplessis versus Alexei Oleinik will be 4th on the main card. Don Fry versus Valentin Overeem. It's not even the good at Overeem. Weird. Alright, anyway. Who knows? K1 Heroes is doing their thing. They got some interesting fighters on there. But our man, Jack Duplessis, has been booked, and his fight is in 2007. So we will not see that on this card. That'll be one for next video. Just bear in mind, Jack has been booked. We are not ignoring him. He's coming. And Bobby the Bruiser Braxton has now been booked to face Brad. I don't know what his nickname is. Nothing. Just Brad Morris. 3-2 versus 6-2. This will be an opportunity for Bobby Braxton to get back up on his feet after going 0-2 in Pancrase so far. He has gotten a 3rd fight at Pancrase 173 that will be on this video. Might be the last fight we have. We will have to see. We are getting close to the mega fight, folks. Cage Rage 20. Very, very close now. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at Cage Rage 20. There's, other fights going on. Elvis Sanosic, who lost to Jack Duplessis but beat Bobby Braxton, has made the trek back over to England. 9-1. Who cares? He's on the undercard. Stefan Struve is here. What a guy. Anyway. But the fight we are all here for. The first viewer versus viewer fight. Alex O'Reilly versus George Joe. This show is going to be insane. That's all there is to it. Alex O'Reilly is a 3-0 fighter in Cage Rage. George the Gentleman Joe, 2-0 in Cage Rage. 5-0 for O'Reilly, 4-0 for George Joe overall. Mixed martial arts versus hard-nosed boxing. These two are SBG Ireland teammates. Folks, this is a teammate versus teammate fight. Alex has 3 inches on him, and a huge, huge favorite is Alex the Maverick O'Reilly. But can George Joe prove the odds wrong like he just did against Czech Congo not that long ago? Czech freaking Congo. Alex the Maverick O'Reilly's biggest win so far. I guess Alexei Kudin? I guess. But let's be real, folks. This is the biggest fight of either of their careers so far, and it's the biggest fight in the series so far. Let's get into it before I waste the rest of the video yapping. Joe, of course, obviously ignores the touch gloves. O'Reilly trying to grapple here. Joe with 1-2. 2 combatants. Again, back and forth. Joe with a left hand. O'Reilly with a high kick. Joe's rocked by the high kick. O'Reilly tries to finish him right away. George manages to get his head back about him. The 2 boxing back and forth. Joe with a right hand. Joe looking to strike now. O'Reilly looking to angle. Big right hand misses. 2 fighters back and forth here. O'Reilly's willing to take some hits. Joe with a right cross, though. O'Reilly gets him into the clinch, pushes him up against the cage. We're only 3 minutes into this fight. O'Reilly smothering him there. They're punching back and forth. Dirty boxing. O'Reilly with the left to the side of the stomach. George kind of smashed against the cage. And the round 1 is over. O'Reilly probably wins that first round. O'Reilly 4th on the Watcher Viewer rankings, and George Joe 1st. But that might switch if this fight goes the same way where O'Reilly wins. O'Reilly looking to grapple. Can't get the initiative. Joe misses a hook to the body. Definitely trying to get in close. Does not want to get taken down. He wants to punch. Fails to land with that one. Straight right from Joe. O'Reilly manages to grab him, though. Couple short strikes to the head as they grapple. O'Reilly dirty boxing him, muscles him up against the cage. And again, this is where they ended the last round, the last 2 minutes. And here we are, again, grinding out time as O'Reilly grinds him against the cage and just pop, 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 jab, 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 jab. It's control. They reset him in the middle. O'Reilly very tired now. Can George Joe manage to get some kind of KO here? Big right cross. Joe with a big left. Again, O'Reilly is apparently very tired. Joe sprawls, and that is the end of round 2. People giving that one to O'Reilly. He needs to finish in the 3rd round, but O'Reilly is tired. Joe, big right hand. Joe fighting for his life here. Beauty with a straight right. Just getting a little bit tired. Not a lot of power on Joe. O'Reilly strikes anymore. O'Reilly's rocked. Oh, Joe manages big uppercut, big right hook. Again, Joe is just walking him down. He has 3 minutes to get that head taken off. I don't know if he can do it, folks, but maybe he can. O'Reilly just trying to fend him off. Joe big takes the initiative. Beauty of a straight right. Beauty of a straight right again. Right cross lands hard. How many more of these shots can O'Reilly take? Can he live for a minute? 1 more minute. Joe's pushing himself. His corner. Yelling. Screaming. Right cross for Joe. O'Reilly's rocked. O'Reilly knocked down. Joe unloading with punches. He's taking hard shots. Oh my goodness. I am stunned. With 20 seconds left in the fight. Plus 590 underdog. George the Gentleman Joe. He lost the first 2 rounds. O'Reilly tired himself out, and George took his head off. Unbelievable. What a fight. George Joe moves to 5-0. Alex the Maverick O'Reilly 5-1. That prison boxing of George the Gentleman Joe does it once again. Hard-nosed boxing. What a fight. These 2 prospects, 19 years old. This may not be the last time they meet. But today, the Scunthorpe, England native, the SBG Ireland trainee, they both are. Hopefully this doesn't lead to any kind of scrap in the gym, but what a fight. Decent doesn't even do it justice. What a fight. George Joe TKOs Alex O'Reilly in a huge, huge comeback. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. Alright, Earl Moe will be fighting Daniel Puder at Strikeforce. Kedzie versus Basler 2. Oh, Shayna Basler? Cool. Women's Featherweight Championship of the World. Currently vacant. Currently held by neither of them. Who cares? Anyway, Earl Moe, Daniel Puder will be the co-main event on that show. Gina Carano fighting there too. And on the undercard, it looks like we also have Anderson finally getting another fight here against Carmelo the Fury Marrero. Both men 0-1 in Strikeforce. Definitely trying to get a win here for both men. So Strikeforce, Kedzie versus Basler 2 in January 2007. That will be on the next video we've got. But 2 of our guys booked. And Bruno Guimas is taunting a guy named Tony Lopez. I don't even know who that is. Bruno, call for a title shot, for heaven's sakes. Well, here's a bit of awkwardness for you. George Joe has left SBG Ireland after beating Alex O'Reilly. Apparently the gym management played favorites, and George Joe has been asked to leave. Maybe he got in a fight again. Who knows? It's George. Alright, Pancrase, Chapter 173. Bobby the Bruiser Braxton, 3-2. 0-2 in Pancrase versus Brad Morris, 6-2. 1-1 in Pancrase. Lost to Solo Palele. A lot of people do. A lot of people lose to Solo Palele, including Bobby Braxton. So, Brad versus Bobby on the main card of Pancrase 173, which is the only card. Let's do it. Very, very close odds. Bobby's got 15 pounds on him and 3 inches. We are, of course, rooting for Bobby, as always. Kickboxing versus mixed martial arts. They touch gloves. Bobby with the crunching left hook immediately. He is mad that he lost his last 2, and he wants blood, for sure. Bobby definitely shortening the range. Left hand, leg kick. Morris going for the takedown, though. And Braxton's on his back again. Did not go well for Bobby last time. Hopefully Bobby has worked on his submission defense here a little bit. He does. He gets rid of that thing. Moore's trying to move to mount. Braxton not letting him. Braxton trying to get guard. Can't get it. Braxton doesn't tap. Braxton, oh no, Braxton gives up his back. Doesn't get submitted though. Training paying off. Moore's trying for that rear naked choke again. Nothing doing. But again, this is a 1 minute round. Oh, both hooks in. And Bobby loses to the rear naked choke. Man. They call it a fantastic fight. I mean, Bobby's the only one that landed anything. Just Brad with a very boring takedown pass submission game. So Bobby Braxton moves to 3-3. Not sure if he will get another fight at Pancrase. Maybe some time away from the promotion will do him some good. Maybe he needs to move. I'm not sure. Bobby Braxton now 0-3 in Pancrase, 3-3 overall. That's tough. That's really tough. We are hoping for the best for him in the future. He has been cut from Pancrase. His contract was over anyway. Hopefully we can see a better future here for Mr. Bobby the Bruiser Braxton in a month or so. That's tough. Alex O'Reilly's also left SBG Ireland, so I don't know. Those two, after that scrap they had, probably fought in the gym after, and were both just kicked out, if I had to guess. Alright, and as we end the year 2006, let's take a quick look around the world here. Again, Cage Rage, heavyweight champion Ian Freeman, no defenses, and a 3-fight losing streak in Cage Warriors. I do not know why this man's still allowed to be champion. That's ridiculous. In Cage Warriors, the champion is still Czech Congo, who will beat Maurice Rimbone in Cage Rage, but he's yet to fight in Cage Warriors. Again, it's interesting. Those two promotions are very, of course, the ones in Britain, and it is what it is. Keith Herring is the champion in K1 Heroes. He has beaten Gary Goodridge to win it, Semi Schlitt, and Ken Shamrock to defend it, and is currently the #1 heavyweight in the world. Good for him. King of the Cage, again, Roy Nelson's still the champion. We don't have anyone in M1. Pancrase, Ron Waterman, still champ. Still 2 defenses. Pride is yet to book another championship fight. Fongo lost his fight, so he probably would not be considered for that. Strikeforce heavyweight champion is Devin Cole, but we got a few guys that really could be earning a shot here. Earl Mo probably would be my guess. Ooh, Earl Mo headlining his own show, Pooter versus Mo. I did not realize that they were now the main event. I guess when Baszler pulled out of the fight, this became the #1, which is really cool for Mo. I'm very excited for him. I suppose that would be 5 rounds then? Doesn't say, but massive favorite Earl Mo. Good, as he should be. And the UFC heavyweight champion, because why not? Still Frank Mir, still 2 defenses. So, 2007 comes to a close, and so does episode 5 of The Watcher. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and have a good day. Okay, actually, one more thing. George Joe versus Czech Congo actually won main event of the year from Cage Rage 18, so good for them. Really, really happy for them, for George. Fantastic fight, and 1 fight of the night, and it also won fight of the main event of the year, not fight of the year, but main event of the year. So that is super awesome. I'm really happy for him. And Brock Lesnar just debuted. So 2007, it's gonna be crazy, and I will be right here with you. See you soon.